This is my first ace game ever in the XP55. I am in Kuban. Something went up here. 7. I'm a 4.0 plane in a 4.7 game at least. So we're going to fly out here. XP55 is a wonderful energy fighter. Does very well in the vertical. Lightweight, good climb. Fast, but it's not the fastest at this battle rating. Okay, see that Halifax? The last Halifax, and well might he be. Halifax is a 4-engine British bomber. Not maneuverable. I'm very agile for a fighter. So there's no possible way he could, you know, dogfight me or attack me. Okay, so I take a speculative shot. Stall out. 50 miles an hour there, and start regaining some speed, some kinetic energy. And I hear him in here in the clouds. And I look around. Somebody just passed behind me. So I'm looking for him. He's up there somewhere. There's a vapor trail. And you can see him up there in the upper right. Okay. I look behind me for a moment and don't realize that he's making an attack run on me. I turn so that he has a ridiculously hard shot with his 2 puny turrets. And he dinks me anyway. Look at that. There's damage on my plane here. Nothing serious. Just a little damage to the skin. And then he goes up. Oh, no, sorry, comes down in another zoom. Now I barely turned around and he's already made 2 passes on me in this thing. Now a Focke-Wulf expert bomber hunting aircraft comes up behind him and he engages me with his turret, ignoring the Focke-Wulf. Stalls out over me. He's gone down, and he's making another pass on me. I'm literally running from a bomber. An awkward British bomber with bad guns. Now he's engaging the Focke-Wulf and hits the Focke-Wulf in the oil pan. You can see him trailing smoke there. But for a moment, he's not on me, and I take advantage of that moment. Killing him, and he's out of the fight, or so one might think. Kudos to that guy, man. Yeah. So I hear something. It's pretty scary. Something's in the clouds and it's not friendly, because it would have a blue marker if it were friendly. So I'm looking and I'm looking. Where is it? What is it? Where is it? I maneuver a little bit just to sort of frustrate any possible attack. Louder. There it is. Holy crikey. And there's the Halifax we saw before. It's the guy we shot down. BV-238 is a terrible plane. It's the biggest plane in the game. Giant German flying boat. 6 engines and like 16 machine guns and 2 cannons. It's terrifying to fight. They kill me a lot. Okay, this falling Halifax took some shots that we even missed. Even though he's dead. And I tail sit way too long on this guy and get some damage for my trouble. I actually did pretty well there. I'm glad to only have taken this much damage. And that's as long as I can safely stay. Need to get out of there immediately, and here comes the pain. Oof. So that's 2 kills. A Halifax who was dogfighting me and attacking me. The BV-238, a terrifying target. And the problem with the cloud cover overhead is that stuff can drop down into the clouds on me. So I want to get back up. And then maybe I want to go home and repair. I'm damaged. Shot out a bunch of rounds. Excuse me. There's 2 of us left now. Wirotang, who is out of ammunition, as this thing indicates, although I didn't know that in game. I could only tell because of the replay. And me. He's the Ki-43 Japanese fighter. And we have 3 guys remaining on the enemy team. I didn't know at the time that 2 of them were bombers. I figured one of them was. Which, by the way, you can guess by look at the score totals, and you can see that one of them has bomb tonnage dropped on bases here. So I'm going to bring this thing down, so I'm going to speed it up a little bit as we come down to land. Not going to land instantly. I'm going to give the Ki-43 a few moments to get off the ground again, rather than both of us be on the ground at the same time. Not a lot of time, because, you know, time's a wasting. So he's up. I'm coming in. Don't want to get strafed or bombed while I'm on the runway. A little cannon braking there to stop the plane. Get turned around. And we're lifting off again into the blue. Okay, at some point... Yeah, up, 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 he's right. Climb. At some point here, an order is issued. See, I'm nervous as a cat, so I'm scanning around me the likely directions from which they might come. Okay, now, the enemy has issued an order here, which is a consumable item. I only have a few of them, and you can only use this one once in a game, an Avenger order. And that means anybody who's, I think, shot at somebody, like Wirotang here, I think, has an assist. It means you can track one person. It's random who it tracks. You can now see Wirotang. So, I tell him in chat, get out of the clouds because they can see you from the order, and you can't see them. So I'm assuming he is going to attack. I'm assuming they're a German pilot, and I know there's an ace here. I've looked at the pilot rankings. A level 100 pilot. But I hear him. He's not going for the Ki-43. He's going for me, and I turn. Can't see him, but I turn to evade the attack. He shoots. He hears guns. He goes right past me. He was never planning to attack the Ki-43. He flew right to where I would be giving top cover to the Ki-43. A very, very tricky German. Okay, so I've dived away here, trying to gain speed so I can maneuver. He stays wisely behind me. Wirotang, who admits in the one point that he's a new player, passes behind me. I roll over. I think the 109 is now just toying with both of us. And then he disappears up into the clouds again. I want to build up speed. I want to get up in the clouds, but I got to build up speed to do it safely. I can't be climbing lazily up under this guy at no speed and get shot down. When it suddenly occurs to me that if I were fighting 2 guys, I would want them to separate. I've allowed too much separation between me and the KI, so I'm heading back suddenly. And sure enough, he comes out of the clouds on the KI. I call out a warning. Ki-43 is too slow and too low to do anything but frantically turn. Fortunately, he turns well enough that he's missed. And the 109 just calmly returns to the clouds using his energy. This time I'm following him. It's a slow process of overtaking, but I can gradually overtaking him and may get a shot or force him to turn. So I continue at it. I don't know where the other players in the game are. There's 2 more players left in addition to this guy. One of them could be a fighter. But I want to try and get on this guy's close enough. Oh, and then he goes too far away in the clouds. And I can't see him. I conclude he's probably doubling back for a head-on. If I turn too soon, he's on my tail. If I turn too late, he shot me down. I try to time it. I hear his noise coming. I pull. He goes past me out of the clouds. I turn. He's gone up again. Oh, almost had a shot there. I pull up and suddenly I'm behind him. I miss. Oh, there I go. I got part of his wing. Part of his tail, I think. Now part of his wing. He rolls back to the left because his wing broke. I roll level. And that's the shot. Very nice. So now I have 3 kills and I'm feeling pretty good about myself. There's 2 guys left. I don't know who they are. One of them's a bomber. Could be another beefy. So, Wuratang thanks me for clearing his tail. I'm still just barely in the cloud murk here. Come down out of the cloud murk. Yeah, see here, he tells me he's seriously new. And I say I'm sick of fighting by sound. This business of trying to hear them in the clouds is crazy. Some players say their computer monitors are so good they can see you while you can't see them in the clouds. They can see a dot. I can't see anybody, and I kind of resent the idea that somebody can see me just because it's a more expensive monitor. But that doesn't make it any less scary when you're in the clouds. Okay, so I'm heading generally toward the red positions here. Looking for the last 2 guys. Here comes a PE-8. This is a Russian version of the B-17 bomber. Lots of guns, some of them cannons. Not as many guns as the B-17, but a good amount. PE-8s are a little tricky to attack because they're sturdy and they have lots of guns. They're not as bad as a BB-238, but bad. So I want to make a pass on this guy at high speed, put shells into him, and then break away without getting machine gunned. Nose up. Find the lead. Open fire. Something came off. That looked useful. Okay, I shouldn't do this. I'm tail sitting. Got too scary there and I had to break off. When he zeroes his gunners in, it can be over in a hurry. This plane is pretty fragile. He's going down. Another shot. Now that got his tail. His tail just disintegrated. That should be fatal. So I'm turning away and opening the range. I'm hoping he'll die without any further need for me to be inside of his gun range. And if you look, he's tumbling there. Yeah, he's going down. There we go. I start to turn back in case he recovers somehow. But he's down. I got him. One guy left, and I don't know whether this guy is a bomber or not. See, no tonnage. And suddenly tonnage. Which I didn't notice at the time in game. So I'm looking around, and there he is. He's just bombed that little blue base there. I call him out where we're tang and I start heading for him. This is a Halifax. Another Halifax. Unlikely that this guy will dogfight me because that guy was a special pilot. The Halifax is not a dogfighter. So here he comes, flying straight and level. Not turning toward me, not turning away. Or maybe he is turning toward me. And he engages. Okay. I blew something off of him. But it's not sufficient to get the kill. I roll under him. I pull up. I'm too close. Unfortunately, these guns are kind of light, so I'm not too afraid. Fire. Okay, that last gun, this time my gun sound changes because I'm out of 50 calibers. I'm just down to cannon rounds. I've got like 28 cannon rounds left or something like that. So I'm going to fly away and let him burn in the hopes that he goes down. I suggest to keep to the notoriously flammable Japanese plane that he stay out of gun range. And down he goes. Fire burns out, or burns through his plane. And that's 5 kills. In an up tier, while blinded by clouds. Hunted by a level 100 pilot who's very tricky. Definitely one of the better games. We turn on the smoke to celebrate. A little aerobatic smoke there. And we are done. Five kills, 4,008 points. 3 other kills on my whole team. Yeah. Okay, so that's that.